Hello, hello, hello. My name is Cornina Sensano, and you are now tuning into Paradigm Conversations. So, today we're going to talk about music and the effect that music has subconsciously. And our scripture base for today was there's a story in the Bible about Saul and David. And every time Saul would be vexed with evil spirits, he would call for David to come and play for him. And when David would play, those evil spirits would leave. And so I just want you to be mindful of how powerful music is and the way that music affects us. You ever be in a state and you just listen to this song and it uplifts you? Well, the same thing applies around the board for music. What we listen to directly affects our atmosphere. It directly affects our environments. It directly affects the way we think subconsciously. For example, if you're constantly listening to music of violence, you're going to find yourself feeling a bit angry most of the time during the day. If you pay attention to your actions, you'll pop off at the drop of a hat. That's because you've been subconsciously feeding yourself with violence, and you may not even recognize or realize the effect that it's having on your state of mind and your ability or your the way that you initially respond to things. And so just be mindful of that because what we listen to does affect us. For example, if you're wanting to grow or develop as an individual or in a self-help type of manner, you're going to listen to things that promote that. Waking up in the morning listening to songs of praise, songs of worship, songs that promote love, songs that promote business, songs that are very uplifting. It's going to affect your day, believe it or not. If you don't believe me, try it for 30 days. Listen to only positive music for 30 days. And y'all let me know what happens with that. So, but you can't say that, oh, I want to be this way or oh, I want to be that way. Or even in relationships, if you want a healthy and prosperous relationship and you're noticing that things are happening in the relationship that are not necessarily wanted, check if you've been listening to things that don't promote a healthy relationship. For example, if you're listening to music that constantly is about infidelity, or you're enjoying and indulging in songs that disrespect the opposite sex, there are songs that disrespect males as well as females. If you're listening to songs that about, I'm gonna bust the windows out of his car and all this other kind of stuff, you'll find yourself in a situation that has warranted that atmosphere, that has pulled in that type of vibe into your relationship. So you want to be mindful of that. Instead, you want to listen to things that promote love, listen to things that don't incite cheating on one another, but incite faithfulness or incite, kindness. For example, if you're a business person, you may want to wake up with songs that get you in the mindset to be ready to go, get you in the mindset to say, okay, let's do this. We finna do this. That gets you in the mindset of business. Like if you're ready to study classical music, music that promotes your mind settling and your mind getting ready, or your mind producing those neurons and those waves to be able to receive information. That directly affects your outcome, your output. So y'all just be mindful of that and understand and know that music is powerful. Music does affect us. And you can't say that you want one thing and then do something differently by what you receive into your spirit, by what you receive into your mind, and by what you receive into your heart. Music is one of those things that affects us as a whole. It affects us emotionally, it affects us mentally, it affects us spiritually. So when you see things that are out of whack, when you see things that don't necessarily go the way that you want it to go, and it's a pattern, begin to fine tune specific areas in life. And you may want to start with your music and what you're listening to. All right. Thank you for tuning in to Paradigm Conversation. Y'all have a wonderful day. Be blessed.